Hi friends, I'm Dr. Andy Miller from Wesley Biblical Seminary, and this summer we're going to be looking at little lessons from the book of Jude, which some people might be saying, well, Jude needs little lessons because it's only one chapter. There's only 25 verses. But we're going to look at bite-sized pieces throughout the summer, so thanks for coming along for this. Now, Jude starts off in an interesting way because he says, Jude, a servant of Jesus Christ and a brother of James. Now, biblical scholarship generally affirms that Jude is the brother, not just of James, but also of Jesus. In a sense, he's the half-brother of Jesus. But notice at the very beginning, he doesn't take that status that he has and use that as a way to make his point. You should really listen to me because I'm Jesus' brother. Instead, he positions himself as a servant. And as we're in a position in a society that's often antagonistic to us, I hope too, we will be the type of people, we will be the type of Christians who take the position of a servant. We ultimately want to serve people so that they can fulfill the destiny God has for their life, to be the people God has called them to be. We can do that if we start like Jude and start with a tone of humility. Another thing that's interesting about the start of Jude is that it seems to be that he did not intend to write this letter. Notice what he says in verse 3. Dear friends, although I was very eager to write to you about the salvation we share, I felt compelled to write and urge you to contend for the faith. Jude did not want to write this letter. He had something else in mind. Maybe he had this congregation in mind, and maybe he had a treatise in mind that would have been significant, one that he could be used to really influence this church in a positive way, something he wanted to write. But instead, he was called upon to have to change his direction. And I know that the way many of us feel with society as it is in our time, we might not want to have to say the things that the gospel calls upon us to say to our culture. But I want us to take courage, take Jude's example, who was a servant, who was willing to change his plans so that he could be a servant of the gospel, so that he could be a contender. I hope you'll continue to be a contender for the gospel.